Okay. Are you ready for thing number 2?
Thing number 2.
You
Two.
hold on one second. Let's talk about thing number.
It doesn't have a video, does it?
No
It
video.
just has
Thing number 2. Okay, you guys. So how do we get on this topic?
Because what's in 2 days?
Yeah.
Or tomorrow.
Tomorrow's New Year's Eve.
Oh, wait, is it Thursday?
Today is Thursday. I'm not getting a tattoo today, and tomorrow's New Year's Eve. So I always like, I don't really get into New Year's resolutions. Do you do New Year's resolutions?
I do the same ones every year.
Okay. Can you share with us what they are?
The same ones as everyone. I'm going to have a clean house. I'm going to get skinny. I'm going to be rich.
Oh.
Right?
Isn't that
what everyone does?
Not me. I don't know. So I don't usually get into New Year's resolutions. I think a lot of times that they can be used. Someone today said, "Are you going to guilt us? Are you going to like make us feel guilty?" I'm like, "No way. You do not. I do not. I didn't mean to do your voice like that. I apologize." But no, I hate, I do not agree with guilt and shame. There's not enough time in the world, right?
No.
So we're just talking, I like vision boards.
And guilt and shame doesn't get you anywhere.
Oh, yeah, it doesn't.
So,
wait, do we need to talk about that first? We didn't talk about that.
We'll talk about that at the end. We'll answer
Okay,
questions.
we're answering questions at the end. So stay around. So we're talking New Year's resolutions, or I like vision boards, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So I said this to Cheri, and she's like, "Well, I'll whip up a thing." She's amazing, you guys. So should we talk about the first one? Which one? Let's do that one first.
Okay.
The sewing goals.
So sewing goals. So as I kind of looked around, there wasn't one specific that I could find just for sewing. And as I read comments on Facebook and stuff, you guys want to do that UFO run again because it was so motivating to you. So there's no prizes, but this is just for you to have a place to see what some of your goals are. And
wait, you just mean there's no prizes with this?
Yes. Yeah.
This isn't the official UFO run, okay?
Yeah.
There will be a UFO run. This is not it.
This is not it. Yeah. So don't get confused with that. But I think it's good to write down like some of your goals. So I actually filled this out, and we'll hold it really close here.
So you made up, first of all, she made up this printable.
Yeah.
And this is on the deal of the day, right?
Yep. It's on deal of the day.
And it's a free printable.
Yes, it is going to be absolutely free for everyone. And if you're in the club, it's there, but it's not live yet. So Kathy, I don't know if she's on or not, because I forgot to. When I get down here, we get busy and we start looking at stuff, and I don't turn my computer on. So it's there, and it will be soon. So if you're looking for it there, it will be there soon. But it's free. There's 2 different options online just to download for free. But this one, kind of what I was looking for was something just sewing goals, because I didn't, kind of that guilt and shame. Like I want things that I can do, that I can focus on, that I'm going to be able to do. And so I filled this out, and it has a bunch of different little goals. And some of them you may say, I don't have anything for that. Like I don't want to learn. And
she wrote 22 sewing goals for 2022. So there's 22 things on here.
Yeah. So the first 10 are just projects to complete. So this is my list that's just in my head, because I'm like, I know exactly which things I want to get done that I have that are sitting there.
And where they are, like in what process.
They're really high on my list to do, but I think writing them down just really helps me be like, okay, yep, this is the one I thought of first.
Cool.
This is the one I thought of second. And then this one was more of a stretch, but I know it's there. And so it's like, you just kind of know that those are the goals.
Wait, can I read this? What does the one say?
What was this one? What is it?
It says, go one time to a new place. Oh. She wrote tug.
It's a new place.
What does that mean?
I'm hoping.
Oh,
I'm hoping we do it again. And I'm hoping I get to go.
Every time I bring up tug, I know Chris is watching, and she just goes, "We're not talking about it until after the new year. We're not talking about it after the."
But hey, if that's your goal, like
visit one new place. Yep.
Yeah.
If that's your goal to go to tug, then you need to put it in there so that we can have it.
And then it's like in your mind, and you're like, oh, I need to save my money, or I need to whatever. And I did put, or if I didn't go there, I want to go to Gardner Quilts, because I went last year, but I went to our booth, and
I walked around because I did a video for you guys to see. So I at least got to see some quilts. But
yeah, we like walked down and it was raining. So we like walked down and we walked out because we didn't just have a lot of time to look around.
I forgot about the rain at Garden of Quilts.
Yeah, that's when we were there.
I got a little extra shower. It was fine. Everyone likes taking 2 showers when they're dressed. It's fine. Okay, we're gonna talk about. Can I talk about some more of these things?
Sure.
That are on here.
You bet.
Okay, so she has my one big dream, a new sewing desk cutting table.
Yes.
I
need
that.
one or the other.
Oh, you don't get both?
Well, one thing I have could be repurposed, but I need
love
more
that.
space. So
I know that one.
yeah.
When are you planning on moving out? Okay, she says she's not moving out until fall, so
Remember,
you have to
I
wait.
have two
she has 2 seniors. Let's get them out of the house. Mama needs room to sew.
Yeah, she said she already knows. Like, when I move, are you getting a long arm machine?
Like, heck yes, I am. Okay, learn one new skill. Long arm. You want to learn the long arm?
I do. I do.
Have we talked about that? And me
a little
teaching you?
bit. Yeah.
Oh, okay. We're gonna teach her the long arm.
I've only touched it because I set my stuff on the table for the long arm. Does that count?
Yeah.
And look at this one.
Oh, what is that? Oh, 3 things I plan to buy.
Yeah.
And she wrote Kimberbell scissors in there. And look what she just bought. Hooray!
These are mine. I got some money for Christmas. And
did Sandra bring you money?
my mom gave me some money.
Oh,
Because
thanks,
she's
Mom.
like, what do you want? And I'm like, I really want some scissors. And so she just, maybe we should demo those right. So
I love that.
yeah. So I was like, I wanted them and put them on the list. And look, it's magic. It happened.
That's awesome. I love this. Give away one project.
Yeah.
A quilt for Craig.
Yeah, that's my brother.
Have you made it yet?
No.
Oh.
He loves dogs. And we take
Not
pictures
me.
of me, not you. We take pictures of him all the time with dogs. And he actually is working at a shelter right now. And I want to go take some pictures.
He
and
is?
then he is.
Oh, that's nice.
And he has mental disabilities a little bit too, but he loves dogs. And he's working at the shelter. And I thought it'd be fun to go take pictures of some of like the dogs we've had as kids. And, just recently they had to put their dog down.
Oh.
And to do a quilt with pictures of him and the dogs, he would like go crazy.
I love picture quilts personally. Yeah. I'm working on it right now. My sister's home picking it out. That sounds picking it apart. I was working on a quilt for my mom. Pictures of all the grandkids, different family members. So it was red, white, and blue. It was Americana. I call it the God Bless America quilt. And I never finished it before my mom passed away. But my sister's born on the 3rd of July. So she's the 4th of July baby. And my brother's born on Flag Day. So they both have this Americana tie. So I'm going to pull the quilt apart and then make 2 quilts for each of them. So one with all the pictures of my sister and her kids, and one all the pictures of my brother and his kids. And then we'll just make some more blocks to mix in.
Nice.
Okay, sorry.
That'll be sweet.
Okay, I'm going to read the quote on here. To be creative is to let little pieces of your heart go and place them into each project you make. That's from Pat Bravo.
Yeah, I love that quote.
I love that. Okay,
it's so true. When you give someone a homemade gift, it's so much more.
We're just going to pop some comments up here.
All right.
So I like to call them New Year's evolutions. I love that.
I love that too.
That's great. Don't you agree?
Yes. Because even if you're only better for one day, guess what? You were better one day.
Okay, Betty Jo says, I don't make any New Year's resolutions until after January 5th because why make a resolution and break it 5 days later on your birthday? I agree. So your birthday's on the 5th, obviously. Start till after. Okay, Donna, I'm going to take the one character flaw that I don't like about myself and work on changing it. Oh, I love that. I'm trying to think if I have any character flaws.
I'm like, you're amazing for recognizing that. I'm like,
I don't have any character flaws. What are you talking about?
Brutally honest with yourself. Wow, I'm so impressed.
You guys, I know I have character flaws. Okay, I know.
I know, but
it's fine.
Don't you like to not address them?
I actually try to work on them, but it's another story. This is not an opportunity for you to email me and tell me my character flaws. Okay, Judy says, my resolution from years back, and I stick to it. Don't make a New Year's resolution. I love it. Okay, Connie says, organize my sewing room is number 1 every year. Oh,
That's an ongoing
So
one.
that is an
too.
ongoing one. This week we had Aspen working in the store. So Aspen works up in, her name is Aspen Walker. She works at the warehouse. She's also my really good friend, Julie, like my best friend, Julie is her niece. So I saw her in the warehouse and she's like, hey, I'm Julie's niece. So anyway, she was down here and she's been organizing the store like crazy. Cleaning out has been awesome. She goes, oh, I just love it. And I said, oh, can you come to my house? And she goes, sure. So yeah, I need my sewing room is a disaster. I'll be honest. It's the dumping ground, unfortunately,
It is.
in my house.
It becomes kind of that, the place where it's like, I'm almost done.
So Jill, I heard someone say instead of resolutions, do intentions. I like that. I like that too. That's awesome. Lynn says, be a good person, help others, give freely, smile often, pray daily, and love unconditionally. Like to live this each and every day, no resolutions. I freaking love that.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
It
That's
is.
so great.
Yeah.
Okay, we'll keep going. I got more projects during the UFL run than I did all the rest of the year. I know. I didn't do the UFL run. That's like right as I started here.
And it was right before tug.
It was right before tug. And the the UFL run was like right in the middle or almost ending, wasn't it? And I thought about like, but no way. There's no way.
Yeah.
Alice, hi guys. I lost track of time, but I made it in time to see your smiling face. Thank you. Wendy says the prize is seeing a finished project.
It is. It's the intrinsic prizes of completing things and
I love this too. Alice says my biggest obstacle is trying to figure out which project to do next. A list would help. I got the quilt project book for Christmas to help me get focused. That is a really good idea too, because you guys, I'm stuck on one quilt. One project, which is actually, okay, I love to make blocks. You guys know that. I've made enough blocks for probably 200, I made probably 200 blocks, enough for 2 quilts easily. And I just am stuck on how to put it together. So anyway, I'm just trying to figure that. Okay, hold on. Kathy says, yes, we are not talking about tug right now. No time.
Yes.
I'm just going to put up all the tug comments.
Tug comments. That's all we're putting up from now on.
Tug was awesome. Should we put this one up? Tell Mike to just build the retreat center. You guys, we've talked about the golf course, right?
I know. We found the perfect place.
There's this really awesome place. And we're like, we should tell Chris and Mike to buy that. Like, it would be an awesome retreat center. I'm sure they love hearing that from people like us.
Yep.
Let's see. Another tug comment. Let's do another tug for the ones that could not come to do a tug 2.0 for the first group to return. Oh. Ooh. You guys, I think pulling together one tug would be enough for one person. It
was a lot of work, but it was a lot of fun. I saw you posted some pictures this week.
I did finally. Oh my gosh. Yes, because I kept forgetting to post the pictures. I just had to go back in my phone far enough to do it. So I finally got the pictures posted and she's like, dang, now I can't watch your face. But she'll comment on here and I'll read it and I'll go, not putting that one up. Sorry. And I could never spell her last name right. Anyway, we're going to put this one up. Wendy, I need to get over my fear of my embroidery machine. Wendy, did you buy the machine from us? Like, we need to get you over that fear too.
Yeah.
We have so many classes, so many options.
The events, like there are, if you go to my girlfriend's quilt shop and you type Kimberbell events, that's the best way to find those. And sometimes I think, oh, they're so expensive, but really if you look at it, it's like you get all of the materials, all of the embroidery designs, and then you get a class to go with it. And they are so good to just go step by step and show you everything. And so it makes it really nice to do those classes, especially when you're starting, because it's like you're learning good techniques right off the bat. You're learning just all of the ins and outs.
They do such a good job too.
Yeah.
I mean, I've done one Kimberbell project, I admit, one so far. But there's now I'm echoing. Okay. Sorry.
The machine's quiet.
The machine's quiet, and now I can hear myself. Okay. Wendy, we want you to help you though.
Yeah.
Cheri, you overachiever, meeting 2022 goals in 2021. Because you got your scissors already.
Yes.
See, good job. Donna, I found a hydraulic table to use as a cutting table from IKEA. I hope to get it. I love that table. We had them at work before, and they're amazing. For my cutting table, I have a kitchen island from IKEA that's discontinued, but it has drawers. So I have a fabric in all the drawers, and I cut, and I love it. It's amazing. So many cute comments. Do you see any? Oh, Lynn says that again. I love that.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
We're gonna have to go back.
One?
Yes, we're gonna.
Okay. So the second one is a more simple approach to the goals. It gives you just areas of your life.
Yes. So this is like a vision board. If any of you are familiar with feng shui, it's kind of laid out in the feng shui bagua. I'm really into feng shui. I love feng shui, and I like vision boards. So there's a different area for each.
Yeah, an area of focus.
Focus of each area of your life. Mm-hmm. So wealth, reputation, love, family. The center is called self, and then the right, creativity, education, achievement, and travel. So like this would be fun. When I make up a vision board, I have a big one in my bedroom. And I'll try to put something in every area. So like wealth, I'll have like a wealth goal. Reputation, I don't know about that one. Love, I'm still trying to find love. That's fine. Family, I have a picture of what my ideal family looks like. Creativity, like a project I want to work on or things that inspire me. Education, like I love how you had something written down for education, like learn a new class. Mm-hmm. Travel somewhere I want to go. So yeah, if you that one's also free on the site, right? And
really you could spin like all of those, because a lot of times they have like two different things. And I went with the one that you could probably spin a little bit more towards like sewing, right, or quilting, however you look at it. Yeah. Just because, like love. Well, maybe it's that you want to show love to someone in your family and give them a gift. Or reputation was the tricky one. But I thought, sometimes I think with quilting, it's like, do I want to put my best work out there or do I want to get it done fast?
Right.
So that was kind of
done is better than perfect. I'm sorry.
This is true. But there's also, doing a nice job and there's doing like, okay, tell me you haven't sewn a quilt and then you turn it over and you've like missed a seam.
Oh yeah.
Do you go back and fix it?
Yeah. You have to. It's the worst.
Exactly. So it's that, not just like leaving and being like, well, the long arm quilter can deal with that hole in my quilt. They'll fix it.
Oh, okay. I've done that too. I wanted to show this one. This comment. Oh, our daughter has a vision board. It's so inspiring. I'm not going to tell my vision board story.
No, yes, you are. Yes, you are. Because that's what inspired this.
Okay. So I love vision boards. I've been doing them for years and years. So I was living in Salt Lake and I had this vision board and I have a big, huge like bulletin board that I painted black. And anyway, so I cut out pictures and I put different things that I wanted on this vision board. Well, one of the things I put up there was a TV, a flat screen TV. And I didn't really think much about it. And I'm not really that into electronics. Like I don't have to have the newest TVs and the most powerful stereos and all that stuff. So I just chose a TV out of a magazine and put it there. Right. So a couple of years later, I was driving from Salt Lake to Bountiful, and in the middle of the freeway was a box. And it was a Sunday morning, so it's kind of quiet. I was going to
Which is good, because don't ever get out on the freeway.
Don't do what I did. So as I was passing this box, I go in my head, all these thoughts, I go, that looks like a box. That's a big box. That looks like a TV box. There could be a TV in that box. Oh my gosh. So I pull the right really quickly, and it is a flat screen TV box, right? 55-inch. So I pull over, I go to the middle of the freeway, I pull it to the side of the road, and I shove it in the back of my Pathfinder that I had at the time. And then I drove to lunch my Christmas brunch, whatever. And I get there and I just felt so guilty about taking this TV that didn't belong to me, but that was laid in the middle of the road. And I had a friend and she's like, if someone didn't care enough to strap that down properly, then it's kind of their loss. But I did go on KSL. I put KSL is like a local classified ads here.
And yard sales.
A yard sale kind of stuff. So I put an ad out and I said, hey, found TV. Knowing now, I should have called the highway patrol and said, I found this TV in the middle of the road and give it to them. But I didn't. I kept it and I still have the TV. It's a 55-inch LED flat screen. Works perfectly. There's a little spot in the corner where it got banged up. And like 2 years later, I found the picture of what was on my vision board. And it was the same brand as I had found in the middle of the road. So LED TV. So somebody else Alice wrote, the law of attraction does work. We lived that way for 25 years. So if you ever watched the movie The Secret, have you ever watched that? Mm-hmm. The Secret? It's on Netflix. You can watch it on Netflix right now. And the guy in it, John Assaraf, he talks about this house that he wanted. And he put a picture of a house on his vision board. And then like 3 or 4 years later, same thing. He pulls these vision boards out of the box, out of storage. And the house on the vision board is the same house that he was currently living in, that he had bought, remodeled, living in, didn't realize it was on the same exact house. So Betty Jo says, sounds like a blessing to me. Yep, it definitely was. So if you're into vision boards, I love this one. This is really, really cute. You did such a great job.
Thanks.
I'm going to put up, this one made me giggle. So Ginny says, I just went through my sewing room to find and organize my material, put a pattern with materials in each storage box and labeled it with the name of the quilt. I ended up with 32 quilts. And then I just found another box with 3 quilts half finished. So now I have 35 quilts, all labeled in containers. Then I stood up, turned out the light, and walked out of the room.
But now she's organized.
That is so awesome, though.
And you can just go and open a box and work on a project.
Yeah, one time I still have the paper probably somewhere, but I did a full list of like works in progress. I love to start quilts, you guys. I love it. It brings me so much joy.
It's because they're exciting and new, and then but it's taking them to the finish line.
Okay.
So those of you in the club, I was going to show you this.
Oh, go ahead. This is in the club?
This is in the club. So it's not
the Quilter's Journal.
And it is got
a workbook for creative minds.
Yep. So there are 4 different categories and they're all a little bit different, but they have different things. So like this one is like just creative goals. This one.
Now, wait, you say this is in the club.
Yes.
But so what if I was in the club last year that ended today?
Well, then you better No, you have today.
Oh, tomorrow.
Yeah. So go there. It's in the printable section. And I think it's just called the Quilter's Journal. And there's 4 different things. So it has like all kinds of handy little like checklists and stuff like that. Like this one's just goal planning. But then like this one, my quilt project tracker.
Oh my gosh.
And here's one that's quilt planner. And so like this is just like, what do you need to do a quilt?
Oh, I love that. You could have one of those for every quilt.
Yeah. And then this one is like your fabric library. So if there's something you're wanting to kind of keep track of. I
think it's cute that this is 1 page for a fabric library.
Yeah. You might have to print 3.
3?
Or 30.
20. Yeah. That is so funny. I love that. Do you think that you could leave that behind for me since I'm not in the club?
You are in the club.
Oh.
You have to go in there, but you can have that. That is yours.
And
there's more pages. Right. There's all kinds of different things in there. And so sometimes as you're organizing and cleaning out, it's nice to have something like that to just maybe give you some guidance or some inspiration on what you want to do. Right.
Heidi says, will the ones you showed today be on deal today? Yes, they're on there already. Yep. Kathy said, yes, it will be. There was something funny. Oh, Kathy, thank you. Yep. Kathy put a link. So here's a link to the Quilter's Journal in the club portal.
Yep. So you have to be a member of the club to get in there. Otherwise, it tells you don't have access.
It will be for new members in January. Yes, it'll be there. Jill, I love all the encouragement. Honestly, I encourage you to give me encouragement too. So,
Well,
right?
you've got to finish your Grandma Valentine quilt.
Well, that one will be finished by
Look,
some ways.
and then
My
I'll be
niece
done.
and my sister are binding it right now.
What?
You guys, there's no room in my life. Sorry, hold on. There's no joy in binding for me. Okay, that's all I'm gonna say. I do not find joy in binding.
Except that it's done.
I know, but other people can find joy in doing.
That's my joy. Is like I know it's the last step.
Somebody said something funny. Project Tracker was my fabric page to use. Love that. Oh, Lynn. 300. Yeah, it could be that much. Yeah. It's fine.
And I think she has one like it's great for just the project. And so you're able to help keep track of the fabrics for that project. Because sometimes like when you stash them, you're like, now what fabric was I going to use for part A or part B?
So that's the problem is I pretty much have, I think I have ADHD. I've never been formally diagnosed, but I know one of the things that I've read about people with ADHD is that it's basically like out of sight, out of mind. So if you can't see it, then you don't remember it. So like this, and if this hits home for you, maybe you don't want to research ADHD. So like I'll go to the grocery store, buy things, intend to eat them, put them in the fridge somewhere where they can't see them, and then forget about them.
Like the lettuce?
Oh yeah, like lettuce in the crisper, but kind of everyone does that.
Why do we keep buying the bags of lettuce?
You've seen that meme that says, oh, I forgot to buy a bag of spinach and let it sit in the fridge for 2 weeks until I throw it away. But like, seriously, I've opened the fridge and been like, oh, here's all this cube chicken that I was going to eat healthy and I didn't. So fabric and like projects, literally, I have like gone through my stuff and pulled out a thing and go, oh yeah, I made 400. Anyway, so.
Should I be honest with you?
I want you to be honest with me.
These two quilts that say Nathan and Brandon. I bought them the year Chris opened the quilt shop.
Oh, okay.
They're still in the crinkly wrapping.
Okay. Are they still cute?
Yes.
Okay.
They're like the woolsey plaid. So that's cute for a boy, right?
Like plaid flannel?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Get those made up. Do you want help?
From you? Will you let me bind them?
Yeah. I'll let you bind them if you help me. Wendy says, it's being a visual person. I am. If I can't see it, it doesn't exist. That's what. So I have my sister's in town, my other sister's in town, and she's like, we need to get your sewing room cleaned up. Oh my gosh. Look what's over my shoulder. Can you see that? An ironing board. You guys, I didn't put the ironing board away. I'm sorry. My sister's like, we need to help you clean out. What if you stored some of your stash not in the room? I'm like, because I'll forget about it. Like I will literally forget it exists.
Yeah.
So okay.
Yeah, I'm the same way.
The crinkly wrapping. Okay, the crinkly wrapping, my favorite part of opening kits. I know.
It's still there. There's two kits. They're I know right where they are. They're stacked on top of each other. One's kind of in greens and one's in blues. I haven't even looked at them for like a year, but I know they're there. And it's really a disappearing 9 patch is the pattern. How easy.
Sorry. I'm trying to see where. Okay, there's a comment from Kathy. It says, send that request to customer care and they can pass it on to our kit cutting department. Is that to bind my quilt for me? I'm not sending my request to them. Oh,
maybe it's for someone else.
Maybe
done.
It is.
Yeah.
Okay. So, did we cover everything about what we're talking about?
No, I was going to show you one more thing. With writing it down.
Okay, hold on. Oh yeah, I love to see this.
Yes.
Betty Joe, I have bought lettuce almost every shopping trip for my husband for 44 years. He always says he wants lettuce. Then I throw it away and get new lettuce. Sometimes I decide not to get the lettuce, and that is when he actually wants lettuce.
Truth.
Yeah, I get it.
You're like,
okay, I love this. I love this what you brought. So tell us about this.
So it was in 2002. I just had my two little boys, and my dad was retiring. And I called him up one day, and he just started talking and talking and talking and talking and talking. And I started writing down everything he said because he was going to retire soon, and I knew I was making him a book.
I want to interrupt. Probably your dad was the kind that didn't talk like that all the time to you, right?
Not usually when I called him. I mean, he was pretty talkative, but not this talkative.
Yeah.
Like where he was telling me like everything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love those moments. Keep going.
Yeah. So as he was talking, I was just started writing it down. It happened to be like during my kids' nap time. So I had a minute, started writing everything down. And so we decided to make him a book for his retirement. And he had worked at the railroad. And but one thing I wrote down was that he was telling me like things he wanted to do after he retired. Because, you know, you've been waiting a long time to retire. And so this is the list he wrote. So if you can see it there, all those things that he said. And so there were 19 things, you know. I think sometimes we get caught up in I have to do 20 or I have to do 10 or
100.
You know, but it's just his 20 things. And he was like, so most of these things, we wrote this in May of 2002, and most of the things he had kind of planned. Like there's a family reunion that was coming up. There were some a cruise that they had already booked. So I mean, it's okay to write those things on your list because guess what? You're going to get those ones done, and then you feel good about yourself, and you're like, hey, I'm killing it. Look, I did all of these things on my list.
Yeah.
But on this list, he had one thing on there, and it was last year before Christmas. I happened to open this up, and I saw his list, and there was one thing on his list that he had not done. And my sister was a single mom for a lot of years, and before he died, he had bought her all of the tile to redo or to do the shower in her bathroom because they only had one shower in the house. And so all the tile was there, and that's all I knew. Like there was the tile and there still was no shower. And so last year I saw this and I told my husband, I'm like, we have to finish that shower. We have to finish Dad's list. And so that's what we did is for Christmas, we just gave her a piece of tile. We said, we're going to finish your shower. Yeah, one piece of tile. And
I love that.
It's a game changer for her because now there's 2 showers in their house, and there's one for her. Like she doesn't have to get up in the morning and go upstairs and shower and then come back down. And it's just really makes it a little bit better for her. So, but it finished my dad's list.
That's awesome.
It was good to do that. And he after he retired, he was 4 years before he got cancer, and then he died a year after that. So, yeah. So,
I'm sorry.
Yep. So it was good to finish his list.
Yeah. Lynn says, gives me goosebumps. So nice. Thank you. It makes me have twitchy nose.
Yep.
Deborah, what a great Christmas story. Twitchy nose. That's for sure.
Yep. So write your list.
Make a list. So I was just thinking while you're talking too, like progress, not perfection. Mm-hmm. So if you're making progress on something, or I don't know, obviously I think the people that watch us, you know, the girlfriends that are involved with us are doing a lot already. Like people get a lot done. Don't you think?
Oh yes, I see pictures of projects and
it just blows me away. So I don't think we don't need any guilt. We don't need any shame, any of those things. But as long as you're making progress, if you feel like you're making progress on your projects and the things that you care about, progress, not perfection.
Yep.
Okay, should we talk about thing number 3?
Yep, thing number 3.
Hold on. We're going to do a dance.